Or somebody you know is struggling, resources are available to you.
Yeah, that's what Megan Selensky is focused on right now. She's live over in Studio B with more on how to have conversations about mental health and finding those resources in our area. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning, Omar. I brought in Mandy Falbo here to help me with that conversation this morning. You work with UPMC at Safe Harbor. You're a social worker. You try to have all of these conversations about mental health. Do you have any advice for us if we see somebody that's struggling and we have to try to broach that subject with them?
Sure. The first thing is that it's a lot easier to have those conversations when you're talking to someone who's comfortable and who seems really interested. And any one of us can do that. We can be there for a person and reduce stigma. So just asking, are you okay? And having the courage to ask that question, and then having the courage to follow up and ask questions like, are you having thoughts of suicide? Would you agree to get some help? We just want to make that person feel as comfortable as possible, because mental illness tends to trick people into thinking that they're alone, or that there's no hope, or that there's something fundamentally wrong with them. So we want to create more comfort.
Well, this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. So we've been kind of having this conversation and we're trying to educate others. Can you just talk about that education aspect of it?
Absolutely. There are a lot of great resources in the Erie area. People tend to hold back because they're afraid others will know. Mental health services, like other types of healthcare, are confidential. People can talk to their family doctors. They can contact their insurance company. And in Erie, we're so lucky. We have a lot of free mental health resources, as does every county in Pennsylvania. So contacting your local county human services agency is a great place to get resources, or calling 988, which people think, you have to be suicidal or you have to be in an extreme situation of crisis to call 988, but any healthcare need that is unmet is a crisis. So contacting 988 and talking to our call center is an option, just to get information on where you can go to get help.
Well, it might be hard for some people to reach out if they are struggling. Do you have any advice for someone that might be watching this morning that might be having some of these thoughts or have some feelings down the road?
Absolutely. For us, we need to do more to keep ourselves safe. So that means if we know we're struggling, doing things like reducing access to excess medications in our home, securing our firearms, taking those steps so that if we're struggling, we don't have easy access to things that could be used to kill ourselves or to hurt ourselves. We also need to let others know. Again, mental health concerns tend to isolate people, so getting your team around you, getting the people that can support you, that's really important. And then finally, doing things that reduce your stressors. So let's say you're dealing with chronic pain, talking with your doctor about that. If you're dealing with a significant breakup, speaking with a counselor about that. Doing things that promote our health in general also boost our mental health.
Well, thank you, Mandy. And this is a conversation we are going to continue to have. Mandy's going to be here with me in the 6:30 half hour just to talk more about this mental health awareness. From the studio, Megan Selensky, Erie News Now.
Yeah, sometimes it can be a difficult conversation, but necessary conversations to have. And again, our Megan will have more coming up in the next half hour.